Greetings to all and sundry. Time for another Chance's View. So, we're going to be discussing current projects, shout-outs, future projects, recent trips to model shops, and just some general scale modelling waffle. Now, I've got to admit, this is my second attempt at this vid. I practically got through the end of the first run, and then my phone ran out of memory. And it then struggled to do a transfer, so to save the stuff onto my computer, so I'm having another go now. And let's hope this works. Anyway, firstly guys, thank you all for your comments and feedback from my recent run of videos, especially the MiG-9 and the MiG-I-270. Always appreciate the feedback. I do endeavour to answer every comment people make, whether it's positive or negative. If it's just plain abusive, then sorry, I'll ignore it. Just a quick question on that front, guys, is I realized that I've been changing my video style, less with a photo series with subtitles and more going over just the stitching together videos. Those are easier for me to do, but I would appreciate if people would say, well, how do you prefer your modeling videos? What style, what approach, what do you find more engaging, what do you find easier to follow? That would just be nice to know for future vids. And as I generate more in this current format, did you prefer the old format? Do you prefer a mix of the two? I should explain everything I do. I've either photographed or filmed just using a bog standard phone. When you consider processing power and capabilities of modern phones, nothing really feels so bog standard anymore. But I don't have a webcam or a digital camera. It's all on a phone, then plugged into my PC and put on video editing package and uploaded and all the rest of it. It'd be just nice to know what people find more accessible and what do they prefer to see particularly in terms of my build videos. I'm happy with the approach I'm using of unboxing, build, Chance's View, and then following that sort of cycle. So what I've been up to? Well, recent project, the I-67 torpedo bomber by LS Models. This is from the Wrexham Model Club Pacific VJ Day build. I'm cracking on with this. Hopefully by the end of next week it will be done, dusted, and on its stand, fully complete. And that's what the goal is, to get this done. And why I want to do that is for a number of reasons, which I'll go into a little bit later. Happy with this kit, happy with the way it's gone together. Awful lot of masking. I'm now at the filling and sanding stage, which I don't think is going to be too horrendous, to be honest with you. I've got the Mr. Surfacer curing on it. There's been some Deluxe Products Perfect Putty and super glue used as filler on this, and I'm putting it on a display stand. So the props will be replaced with circular discs. I've moved the stand fairly well aft so that the torpedo can still hang unimpeded underneath. So that stand goes into metal tube, which I've fitted in there as well, so it's a reasonably strong socket joint like that. So enjoying this one. It's making a change, and as we will discuss a little bit later, you'll discover how the approach I'm taking with some future projects. So I'm going to do a series of shout outs. This is 5 more channels. Once again, I do endeavour to do channels that maybe don't have that many subscribers. I'm not saying that the top modelling channels don't need them, but most of you guys who are following our channels are subscribed as well to the top modelling channels. So this is to encourage guys who aren't in the multiple thousands. Some of them are very new, starting out, and quite a few don't even do their channels necessarily in English. That to me isn't an issue. If you want to comment on someone's channel, I still think Google Translate, as long as you're using short sentences, that you do a retranslate of, so translate it into your target language, then retranslate it back into English, and just make sure that the core message that you're trying to communicate is still being communicated. Do that as standard using Yandex or Google Translate. My advice to you is keep comments short, neat, succinct, delivering your points, your core points across, and it works reasonably well in my own experience. The only one I've really struggled with is Japanese for some reason. Well, I understand many reasons, I suppose. Those languages seem to be the hardest to effectively translate using Google Translate, Yandex Translate, and those sorts of applications and approaches. So the shout-outs, there's going to be 5 of them, as there so often are. As always, there will be the links posted in the information section down below, so you can easily find these channels. Particularly with the guys who are newer ones, and younger guys as well, I do say subscribe to them to encourage them. Subscribe because we want to see more work coming out from them. We want to see their channels growing. Subscribe to encourage as well. So first on my list is a young chap, I think he's Slovakian or Slovenian, goes by the name of Mr.Modeller, and he does very good, neat work. I believe he's just started airbrushing as well with some of his projects, and this isn't about fancy techniques or high-level weathering or complex panel lines, things like that. This is good, solid, neat work, which I think should be the foundation of any modelling before you get to the fancier techniques, and he's delivering that. Well worth looking at, whether it's brush painted, whether it's airbrushed. It's good, solid work. So take a look at his channel, post encouraging comments, and subscribe to him. Young chap by the name of Mr.Modeller. The second guy is a guy who goes by the name of Throttle Power, an American chap, looks principally a car modeler. Excellent work, experienced modeler, growing YouTube channel. I just like the way he comes across, the way he communicates, the way he engages with other modelers, with the audience. He did a rather interesting scratch build, well worth looking at. Just a channel I've started to enjoy. So check him out. He did raise the issue about supporting our local model shops. I'll be discussing that a little bit more later. The next guy is the Modelorian. He's only posted 2 videos. He's an experienced modeler who's just started with his YouTube channels. He did a very nice X-Wing by using Tomcat decals, presented it beautifully. Good solid work. I'd like to see more of his work, more coming out from his channel. Subscribe to him, encourage him, and let's hopefully through that we'll see more of more from this guy. May only be two vids there. With encouragement, we'll see more. Next chap is a very experienced modeler who does excellent work. Goes by the name of Matilda Models. He's a chap from South Korea. He is definitely at a higher level of in my mind, of the modeling rankings. How we rank ourselves is anyone's guess, but I think his work can be a real inspiration. The detail, the extra detailing he's putting into it, and I'm going to use the expression, the neatness of his work, the quality of his work, just that solid delivery is there with him. Matilda Models, check out his work. He's done a stunning FA18 and an F35B. They're longer videos. By all means, comment in English, and just to encourage, just to support, and to see more work, more videos posted from this excellent modeler. My 5th guy is a chap in Russia, and this is one of those times where a guy's techniques really just made me, pause and take notice. His ability with metallic finishes on aircraft is absolutely stunning. He did a Lockheed Electra, and he just left, which he covered with the metal foil technique. Beautiful, beautiful polished aluminium finish on it. And even when he's painting, he seems to have these techniques just down to a T. Goes by the name of Enki, E-N-K-I. Again, there will be links down below. Check out his work, look at his techniques, and I would encourage, and they'll also give people translated messages as much out of respect as well. I mean, we're a worldwide community, and I think when we endeavour to engage, even using Google Translate, to me that's a mark of respect for where the guy's coming from, for their culture, for their country, and for their work as well. So take a look at his work, subscribe to him, encourage him, and hopefully we'll see more inspiring work from him. So those are the 5 shout outs. Mr. Modeller, Throttle Power, the Modelorian, Matilda Models, and Enki. Check out their channels, and there will be links down below. So, good news is, model shops have been opening up. And I've allowed myself to get pulled into another Pacific Theatre group build, which is being run by the Saturday night Creche, the Hangout, which is run by a number of different people that have a Facebook page. I'll post a link to their Facebook page down below as well. And they've starting in July, running through to the end of August, there's a Pacific Theatre group build. And so invariably I ended up getting a few kits for that. I can only really guarantee in my mind that I'm going to be delivering one of those. But if you remember last year around this time, I did the C-47 build. And so this next run of builds is moving away from Russian aircraft for the next few projects. You can see with this, my current project. And I think the Pacific Theatre is providing a nice diversion. One of the key goals with this next run of builds, they will all be on some sort of display base. I want to be trying different approaches, different styles of base, different styles of model presentation. With my main Russian builds, it's building up a specific body of work. Display bases would take up too much room, as I already have in excess of 60, nearly bordering on 70 Russian and Eastern European aircraft. If they all had display bases, it would just be getting too awkward. That's why I tend not to do the nicer bases for them. I'd like to, but where I'm currently at with the man cave, and yes, there are plans to relocate this to a room upstairs where I'll be able to plan it out a bit more. Various factors mean that can't happen yet. Don't know if it'll happen this year. I hope it will. So I've signed up for the Saturday night Creche Hangout build, and as things are opening up, as lockdown and the current worldwide crisis is easing, I've been hitting some of the model shops, believing, and this is in line with Throttle Power, of supporting our local model shops and shops that stock models as well. So from Charlie's in D-side, I picked up the Airfix Blenheim in its Pacific, which has the options for squadron that operated from Malaya. And with that, I also picked up a picture frame base. These are the ones I've used before. Some of you guys may remember my F-16 build that I did as a commission build, and the C-47. This is a slightly smaller version of the same base. Similar sort of approach is going to be used, and I will be detailing that in the build video and discussing things in the unboxing video as well. The next unboxing video will be for this kit. It'll be for this kit, followed by the build vid for that. Then you'll be getting unboxing for the Blenheim and the base. With the unboxing vids, I'm aiming to put in the historical section as well, rather than trying to squeeze it in with the build vids. As you've been seeing that, I'm reasonably happy with that format. I would like feedback on the format of my build vids, whether you prefer the photo series or what. Just let me know. As I say, everything I do on a phone. So Chester Model Centre has now opened up, as has Hobbycraft in Chester, which is just sort of 9 miles away from here, though, you know, we do have to cross the border into the dark satanic mills of England. rather than the blessed ground of Wales, but these are sacrifices we have to make. And so from these dark satanic mills and the walled city of Chester, my visit to Chester Model Centre was restocking on modelling supplies, in particular the Deluxe Products putty, which is running very much low on the plasticard, and those materials. I also picked up from there the Airfix P40, which will be coupled with a display base. I've got ideas on that. I'm not going to mention them because that's going to be further down the line, but that's the goal for the series of builds. From Chester Model Centre, I grabbed, when I stocked up on some of the other resources, the A6, no, not Chester Model Centre, from Chester Hobbycraft. I picked up these two, and I have very specific display base or display presentation approaches in mind for them. These display bases or plinths were also available. I got them from Hobbycraft as well. So a bit of a run on Pacific Theatre is going to be next. That's as much as anything for a change. And then after that, I think after I've done a few of those, I'm going to be, you know, suffering from Russian withdrawal and be desperate to get a bit of a shot of vodka and jet-fueled powered aviation. So that's going to be, and it's just to stretch some of the modelling skills out a little bit rather than delivering. As much as I enjoy delivering my same package, I want to be doing some stuff with more bases, and that's really why I'm doing Pacific Theatre. So it's great that these model shops are opening up again. As I would say to anybody, do support your local model shop. But as lockdowns are winding down, guys, I would also say wear your masks when you're going out. It's worth it. It's not worth taking the risks. Yeah, whatever they're saying out there, protect yourselves, protect other modelers around you. I don't know if Telford is going to happen. I'm seriously hoping it is, but as we all know, 2020 has changed in so many ways. So that's really the main points. Oh, one other thing, it is Father's Day and it is the solstice. So I hope you guys, especially in the UK, are having a happy Father's Day. And for those of you who are missing your dads, a thought out to them. Many of us may well have been inspired by our dads on the model front. I was less so. I was more inspired by him to be an engineer. So whatever our dads inspired us, encouraged us, we remember them at this time, and we hope that we can be an inspiration in our own ways to our own kids. My eldest daughter, who's moved back down to London, why, that's her call. She's ordered me something from hand, so I'm looking forward to kit from them. Yeah, miss her like crazy. And for those of us who can't have our families near us, we do think about them at this Father's Day time, and I do hope for all of you guys that today's a day of blessings, of memories, hopefully not too painful, of encouragement from our wives, from our daughters, and dare I say it, from our own mums, as we are now to our dads. It's Father's Day, and if you've got a father who's a modeler, encourage him, let him know what he's meant in your life if he's been a positive influence. So remembering on Father's Day, and now we hit at the pivot point of our year, the summer solstice. Tomorrow night, well, this evening, day will be fractionally shorter, and here in Wales, the day, this longest day is only longer by about 3 seconds compared to South Wales, 150 miles away. By the time we get to the winter solstice, it'll be down to the length of the day difference will be more in, I think, 15 minutes difference. Basically, the shortest day will be 15 minutes shorter than it will be down in South Wales. That's my understanding of it. So it's the summer solstice. We've hit the pivot point of our year, but we are now moving into the joys of summer. But it does seem to me that with the lockdowns, we've had our real summer. If you work in the tourist industry, I do wish you all the best at this time. I ask you, please be safe, but also that you can get some recovery on your businesses. And I hope for the English tourist industry out there that you guys have a chance to recover a bit, or recover from this difficult period. So that's enough of my ramblings, my sentimentality and everything else, guys. I'm going to sign off now. So this is Chancellor North Wales signing out. Expect the unboxing and the build vid for my current Japanese torpedo bomber to be coming up next. Take care, guys, particularly at this difficult time. God bless. This is Chancellor North Wales signing out.